Hello, my name's Chris Martin and I'm a sales engineer here at LogRhythm. Today, I'll show you how you can use the LogRhythm Security Intelligence Platform to detect and respond to ransomware threats in your environment. This demonstration will cover the full spectrum of holistic analytics, combining network monitoring, endpoint agents, threat intelligence services, and security analytics to detect threatening ransomware activity. But, in addition, also use LogRhythm's SmartResponse to take action, to respond. Here's an example of how ransomware can breach an enterprise's defense. A user accesses a public internet site. However, unbeknown to them, the site has been compromised and is hosting a web-based exploit kit. This results in both the endpoint and user being compromised, and a connection to a malicious command and control server being established. Ransomware is then silently installed, resulting in configuration changes, suspicious system process activity, and a new, never-before-seen process accessing a large amount of files in a short space of time. However, LogRhythm Security Intelligence Platform can detect indicators of ransomware via security analytics, and can also respond with automated incident response, such as terminating a process, isolating a host from the network, or even performing a forensics dump. Here we are in the LogRhythm Security Intelligence Platform, and an alert for ransomware behavior has been generated. The risk level shows this is a high priority alert, and also has a smart response pending for review. By inspecting the alarm card, we can see the impacted host that is exhibiting ransomware behavior. But how did the LogRhythm Security Intelligence Platform conclude this host has been impacted by ransomware? The inspector panel quickly reveals the security analytics rule that triggered this alarm, a compound threshold alarm that is looking for a subset of several other correlated activities occurring against the same host. This compound alarm also includes a LogRhythm SmartResponse, currently awaiting review. SmartResponse is LogRhythm's automated incident response, which allows automated or approval-based operations so analysts can review an action before countermeasures are executed. The ransomware behavior alarm was a compound alarm, made up of other events. We can therefore update our risk filter to show related lower risk alarms. This reveals one of the compound alarms, a never before seen process accessing a large amount of files. And again, from our inspector, we can quickly gain insight into what that new process was. Furthermore, this alarm has an associated LogRhythm SmartResponse, which we can quickly validate has successfully terminated this process. At this point, I continue our end-to-end threat lifecycle management using the inbuilt case management within LogRhythm. I can search for any historic or similar cases, and if found, associate them with this new case. I then proceed to create a new Priority 1 case and associate the alarm cards, and optionally tag this case for future search and identification, helping to reduce the mean time to respond for any potential reoccurring incidents. Drilling down into the alarm, I can understand the entire chain of activity that caused this alarm to trigger. Immediately, the 4 events that triggered this compound alarm are apparent: new registry changes, communications with known threat hosts, a new never-before-seen process accessing a large amount of files, and finally, suspicious system processes that are not seen in day-to-day regular behavior. In order to understand the files that have been accessed by the new process, the ransomware, we can launch a drill down. The excessive file accesses by a new process event is a compound alarm made up of two separate events. This is a great example of the power of LogRhythm's rich device support and unified taxonomy being used by our behavioral learning, understanding what's normal and what's not. LogRhythm's AI engine established a baseline of normal processes and then used a threshold rule to correlate if that never-before-seen process accessed a large amount of files in a short space of time. And by drilling down into the excessive file access event, I can now see all of the files that have been impacted by the ransomware process. This was before it was then terminated by LogRhythm SmartResponse. I can then annotate this in the existing case, and then proceed to escalate this case into an incident, all before finally approving the LogRhythm SmartResponse to automatically take a forensic dump of the host in question and isolate it from the network. Here's the output of the forensics report from the endpoint lockdown LogRhythm SmartResponse, having successfully isolated the compromised host from the network. LogRhythm also includes a powerful threat intelligence ecosystem, including threat data relating to known ransomware hosts, with such metadata indicators as IP address, domain, or URL, all included out of the box with the platform. And there you are, how you can use the LogRhythm Security Intelligence Platform to detect and respond to ransomware threats. For more information, please visit us at www.logrhythm.com.